Hi guys, welcome to my weekly vlog of learning to day trade penny stocks. In today's video, I'm going to break down 2 first green day bounce setups that I took this week and why I took the trade. Let's go to the charts. Right, so the first trade I took was SLGB. So these are both first green day bounce trades. So when the stocks had a nice run on high volume, pulled back and trying to play it for the bounce. So normally I love a first green day bounce setup, but they've just been so out of play this year. But you do get them now and again, but at the moment, the last month or so, it's just been Chinese tickers running. And these are both Chinese tickers that I played, which is my least favourite bounce setup because Chinese tickers can behave pretty sketchy in comparison to like a normal USA ticker. But I've been tracking them and I feel like I've got a better handle on how they move, and they actually offer massive bounces when they set up correctly. So SLGB, this was kind of the one that wasn't top on my list, but it's still set up nicely. So it's had a run here in June. This is the daily chart. And it's done a 68 million volume, and you can see that it did have the, it's a bit choppy, but it did have the capacity to do a nice bounce there. It's now running again, which isn't ideal because you've got all this overhead resistance now. But it did 182 mil in volume, so much more volume this time, which is good. And then a pullback, and I'm trying to play it for a bounce on this day. So the reason that I'm trading this is kind of been studying Chinese ticker bounces, and they can offer, as I said, massive bounces, and they often retrace a lot more than a usual first green day bounce setup, to the point of normally I wouldn't trade it because it's retraced that much. I'm kind of classing Chinese tickers as its own sort of category. So SLGB, can see here's the day one, and then a pullback. It's not a particularly great day one because it's lost a lot of its gains. It's closed below where it opened, but it's still closed up well over 100%, I believe. And then day two continues downward, and then I'm looking to play it for a bounce on this day. So there's also a nice volume drop off, which I always look for from its run up to the day before I play it for a bounce. You can see it's leveling off here. It's got 2 touch points here on its day 2, and we're lining it up to this area here of resistance after hours on just before its big run. So it's forming a base there, and then pre-market the next day. Let me just get rid of this. It's hovering around the previous day's close, so the previous day's low of day. So I'm actually entering this pre-market, and I took first stab a little bit too early actually. I had to cut because this was my risk. Got in at 6.6741, then cut just below this line, and I took a re-entry on market open. So I decided to let this play out until market open, and then took an entry at just under 68, which is a bit higher than I would like, but kind of wanted to give it a little bit of time just to see what it was doing pre-market. I didn't want it to like rip straight through my risk, so I just wanted to see that it was holding up. So got in just around here. And then, yeah, pretty weak bounce to be fair. As I said, this wasn't top on my list, but just kind of sold into this high here. And I was hoping this would bounce a lot further. But I took a 15% gain on this trade. So yeah, and then it kind of just failed. So yeah, not the best one, but still it's set up in a way that I liked and managed to take a green trade on it. So the one that was top on my radar was OMH. This one is bittersweet. So go to the daily chart over here. So here it's a lot better because it's not had that previous big run. It's also closed well above its open on its day one, and it's done higher volume as well, 304 mil on volume on its day one, and then a massive retracement, and I'm trying to play it for a bounce here. So again, another Chinese ticker. And the other reason why I'm looking at this setup is not only the data that I've been tracking previously, because Chinese stocks have been running for a while now, so I've built up quite a bit of data on them, but ADVB, I didn't trade this, did I? Don't think I did, no. This had a nice move. I'm classing this as a first green day bounce, even though it looks like a third day surge and you could put it into that category. I'm classing it as a first green day bounce because how much it retraced on its day two. So this had a run here, pulled back, and then did this massive bounce on its day three, and then continued its bounce upwards. And this isn't actually a Chinese ticker, but on TradingView it's listed as from Taiwan. So I do class Taiwan stocks in the same category as China, and I know that other people will be looking at this ticker on TradingView and putting it into that same bracket, even though it is actually a USA stock. So the fact that this did a massive bounce on its day three and then continued into the following days. This is its day three bounce, and then continued, and it's still going. Just gave me more conviction to take these trades on SLGB and OMH. So looking at OMH then, as I say, we've got that big day one, the retracement, and then the bounce. Let's go into the 5 minute. So yeah, nice day one, nice pullback, and then can see here on day two, so pre-market on its day two, it's got this little base forming here, and then on day two it wants to hold that base, and then it's kind of just holding well above that into the close and after hours. And so the fact that ADVB moved on its third day, OMH is now setting up to move on its third day as well, and it's also fits the retracement that I'm looking for as well on Chinese tickers. So can see the next day it's holding this area, the previous day's close, pretty nicely just underneath, which is this green line here, and I am anticipating a massive bounce on this ticker because of how much of a bounce the other Chinese tickers are giving. So I take an entry pre-market, and I get this nice spike into pre-market, which is like a 28% bounce, and I only take off a tiny piece here. And the reason I did that was because, as I said, I'm expecting 100% bounce on this ticker, and I'm not going to sell all of it into 100%. I'm going to sell along the way, but I'm very reluctant to sell much of my position below 30% because I know what this setup can offer. So I sold a tiny piece there. As you can see, it came back down and just broke my risk, and I actually ended up taking a loss on this overall. And yeah, I was pretty annoyed with that, thinking, well, should I have locked in more here? Well, probably I should have, but my thesis was that this could go much further. So yeah, once I saw it holding up above the red-green area, and normally after it's done this, kind of the trade's done for me, but because I felt that this hadn't reached its potential and it's holding above the red-green area, I took a re-entry. So I got in a second time at 0.3673, around about here, entered that pre-market, and then just sold along the way. I think I got a best sell just over 50 cents, and because of this action here, I kind of started to lose a little bit of conviction as well, where I started selling a little bit too early because obviously it's done this spike, which isn't the best. I ended up taking a 18% gain on this ticker, and I felt Like normally with trades where I feel I've got high conviction of them to do a big bounce and then they don't work, I think, why hasn't this worked to what I think it can do? And then it normally does it. So I had it in my head that this could continue into the next day, but it's just not a setup I'm comfortable with swinging. And so yeah, I was all out at 18%. And then yeah, kind of questioning myself as to whether I should have just locked in all of it up here, just taken a single, taken 30%. I could have done that originally. But then if we go on to the next day, you can see it held that green line again, and it wasn't finished with the move. It hadn't done the move yet. And then this absolute monster of a bounce up to 220s. You got over a 500% bounce there. So I feel two ways about this. One way, I feel very frustrated and FOMO, because my thesis was it will do something like this, and yeah, obviously I didn't get to cash in on that. But then the other side of it is that my read was good, it was correct, it just wanted to do the bounce over 2 days. So yeah, I'm pleased with my analysis, and I was right, I think, to expect a bigger move. But as you say with tickets, you don't know how if they're gonna do that, or whether it's gonna play out over 1 or 2 days or just completely fail. So yeah, want to put on the tracking, and I think I'll get better at these Chinese bounce plays as I go along. But yeah, feeling a bit more comfortable with them and the type of bounces that they can offer. So at the end of the week, I was actually feeling pretty frustrated, even though I had 2 fairly nice green trades, because of the way that OMH planned out. I feel like my read is really good on the market this year. I'm spotting things, I've got edge, but it's just not quite coming together for me. And I don't know whether that's because the market that we're in, still a lack of experience, or yeah, I don't know what it is at the moment, but I feel like I have the skills, but it's just not paying off yet. But yeah, one of the things that I am doing, that frustration is already turning into motivation, and it just makes me go deeper into my data. So I'm looking more at my analytics, my tracking, what am I tracking, using AI to help me with that. And also a new task for me needs to be, a new focus for me needs to be to stop looking so much in terms of percentage gains, and just, go with what the chart is telling me, and also stop focusing on the P&L, because that can be a lot of pressure. I just want to trade well. I just want to sell into the right places, whether that's at a 20 or 30% gain, it doesn't matter. It's just, what is the chart telling me, and am I trading according to that? So yeah, kind of a good week, but still, yeah, I just want to see more payoff. It's not happening yet. So yeah, cheers for watching, and catch you next Sunday.